Greetings, everyone. Today is a very special day. Joining me is Luna from Moonflower, Herbal Wellness, and we're going to have candid conversations with Dee and Luna. Today's conversation is going to be about New Year's resolutions. With that said, come on, Luna. Let's tell them about it.
Hi, I am Luna. I am the plant-based doula. I'm a holistic fertility doula and the founder of Moonflower Herbal Wellness. I work with women in their mid-30s as well as couples who found it difficult to get pregnant. And I use a whole food plant-based method in order to rejuvenate and regenerate the total cells of the body for fertilization. So yes, we are going to talk today about New Year's resolutions. And we all have had those times when we've made New Year's resolutions. And we've all had those times where we didn't stick to those New Year's resolutions.
Truly.
Yes. And then they say, okay, well, January is the new year. I don't really see January as being the new year. New comes in spring. So
Okay.
I see spring as being the new for the new year. But this is what we've been given. So we're going to use it as it is.
Okay. Truly.
We see these people that, and I've been one of them, so I'm not going to say these people because I'm one of these people who say, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to read more books. I'm going to call more people. I'm going to have more sex. And we don't do none of that. We start off doing it.
Well, we might do a little bit of it.
We start off doing it. But we are not consistent. And it's because we jump in too fast, or we're moving right along and things are progressing, but it's not progressing fast enough because we want to press the easy button and just have it be magical and happen overnight. We didn't get to that point where we needed to make that New Year's resolution overnight. So there's no way that you can fix it overnight.
I agree. And not only that, people try to pile on too much and they get frustrated. You can't change a whole lot of stuff at one time. You got to choose one or two and work on that instead of trying to do the whole gamut that's taking you years to screw up.
Right. I totally agree. And with what you just said, you need to choose what you can. I think you need to choose the easiest of what you can do first and work your way to the hardest.
There you go. There you go. So you don't get discouraged.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that you don't get discouraged.
It's easy to say I'm gonna do. The hard part is making that first step. You got to have a plan. You can't just go in there willy-nilly and say, oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. Okay, but how are you gonna do this, this, and this?
Right.
We need to know those things before we commit. And then when people fall off or something goes wrong, oh, I knew I couldn't do it. Or somebody else says, oh, I knew you weren't going to do that. Those kind of people, we'll talk about them too. You got to be careful in that circle.
That's true. And when Dee says it, what she just said, she tell me all the time, did you put it on your calendar? And I'd be like, no. But she's right. I need to put it on my calendar and I need to write it in the order in which I want to accomplish it so that I can keep up with it and I can check it off as I go.
Truly.
Now,
Yep.
most people are making those New Year resolutions to get healthier, to get in shape, you know, to be a better person, or be for them, not for other people. And
Hopefully
it's
that's what
which
they're
is
doing.
good.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a better you every day. But just like she said, you don't want to just jump into it and then get discouraged and say, I knew I wasn't gonna make it, or have that other person humming in your ear, I told you, I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me nothing. Mind your own business. Cause you back there eating potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
And on the note of eating potato chips, I don't care how much you work out, you cannot outwork a bad diet.
Oh, you
You
preaching
cannot
now.
outwork a bad diet. And I can attest to that because I've been there and done that. Just because I ran 5 miles don't mean I can go back and eat cupcakes. I just negated everything that I went out
Everything
there
you
and
did.
did. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's unfortunate. It's a lot of folk that think, well, if I go and do this at the gym, or I go walk, I do this, that, and the third, then that will cancel out. You're not trying to cancel out. You're trying to get ahead. You're not
Mm,
wanting to stay where you are. You're trying to get ahead.
right.
You know, you want to get some steps. And I know, I've been one too, and I sometimes I still do. I'm not gonna lie. We can sabotage ourselves,
Yes.
and we'll say, well, just one won't hurt.
Yes.
But the bad part about that is, normally that one thing that just one won't hurt is never just one.
Never. Never. Or that one, that one that you had will lead you into something else.
Yep.
Will lead you into doing something else with you saying the same thing. Oh, I'll just have a little bit. Well, you
And
just
then you
had a one over
compound.
here, but now you're gonna go over here and have a little bit. That add up, that look like 0. That look like 10.
Okay. Mm.
Yes, it adds up. So you cannot outwork a bad diet, people. And I know a lot of us will go to the gym at the beginning of the year. We get our personal trainers. We're doing everything the trainer says, and the trainer says you're not working hard enough, or you must not be following the diet plan or meal plan to the letter. And let me tell you what I found out for me.
Okay.
That wasn't true, because I was doing everything that I was told to do. But little did I know, I wasn't drinking enough water.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't absorbing and digesting and absorbing the food that I was eating. First of all, I was eating so fast, I wasn't really chewing it because I was always in a hurry. I was always in a hurry, D, because
That's what
I
we
had
do.
kids.
I know.
I had to eat
Busy
standing up.
schedules.
Yes, I had to eat standing up. Somebody had to go to piano practice. Somebody had to go to basketball practice. Somebody had to go to swim practice. I got to go pick you up. Oh, we need to go to the library. I couldn't take a bath without somebody, mama, mama, knocking on the door. So you never have time for yourself, and you do everything in a hurry.
Right.
You can't digest in a hurry. And if the food particles are too big that you done swallowed down, they
They're
just
not
gonna
gonna
sit there
digest.
and ferment in your stomach. So then when you go and you running, you got indigestion.
Okay.
You got gas. You being told you're not doing it right, which really is not true. So there are other steps that you have to take in order for those going to the gyms, changing my life, to work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a step-by-step process. The first thing I tell anybody is try to start getting more water in your life and start out by walking. Don't just jump into an exercise, and then I've seen people jump into the exercise and they be so sore the next day they quit.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Try to
can't
do
do
too
this.
much.
Oh, I'm hurting all over. That's because you
Try to
went
do too much.
all in.
Right.
I want you to go all in, but you got to ease your way into all in.
Especially if you have not been getting any kind of exercise. And again, I focus on women 50 and above, but that goes for all women, especially mothers and mothers who, whether they stay at home or whether they got a job, and that's double duty. Things don't just stop
Yes.
once you get off of work. You got to go home and work some more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the biggest part is, and I want to focus on that, on what I'm about to say. 2023, I would love to focus on us doing self-care as women,
Yes.
whether no matter what age, but especially what I started off, women who are in your senior years, and maybe you don't get enough. Walking from one room to the next is not exercise. Unless you have a issue where you cannot walk, but there are things that you can do sitting down too. But if you can get up and get around, and you should do that, because like everything else, if we don't use it, we
lose it. Yeah. I mean, and it's not lost to a point where you can't find it anymore.
That part.
But it's lost in the fact that when you really need to use it, you can't. So it's never too late to start taking care of yourself. And when Dee is talking about self-care, she ain't talking about going to get your hair did.
No.
She ain't talking about getting your eyebrows waxed, going to get your nails done. That's not self-care. Those are those things you do for aesthetics.
Okay.
That's not self-care. Those are those things that you do that you feel like you're making yourself look more beautiful. Those things that we do to make ourselves look more beautiful, with the women that I work with, getting that perm, gluing that hair down to your head, getting your nails painted with the acrylic and whatever else they got out there now, that's what's causing you to have fibroids.
Okay.
That's what's causing your hormones to be off and you gaining weight and don't know why. And then you want to go to the gym and get mad because it ain't coming off fast enough.
And the medical people are not telling you this.
Right.
Because most of them truly don't know.
They don't know. They haven't associated the two together.
Together, right.
Yeah. It's just that they haven't associated the two together. So when Dee is talking about self-care, that means take some time somewhere to yourself and be alone with yourself. Because some of us are scared to be with ourselves.
Ooh. I done told you about yourself. See,
some of us are afraid of our own thoughts because we're so used to other people telling us what to do, how to do, when to do, where to do, that you don't think for yourself anymore.
Okay.
It's okay to have your own thoughts, even if they're not good thoughts. They're still yours. Work your way through those bad thoughts into good thoughts.
That's the only way you can do it. You got to work your way through.
Yes. You have to acknowledge
that it will consume you.
Right. And that consumption that she's talking about, those things that you just keep bottled up affect your liver, your gallbladder, your kidneys.
You better tell it.
Your digestive system.
All that and more.
All of that and more.
Yep.
So you have to work your way through it. So yeah, self-care by taking some time to yourself. That time that I said I was trying to be in the bathroom and take a bath, and somebody's always knocking at the door, I
Oh,
found that I had to take my bath after everybody went to bed, so nobody's looking for me. I
we
couldn't
make
do
it work.
right. I had to adjust the schedule for that, so which meant I did more things that needed to be done up until that time I could get a bath, and then I went straight to bed instead of trying to take the bath with somebody knocking at the door and then getting out and going to do more things
Yep.
and then going to bed.
You again, that's where that plan comes in.
Yeah,
You
I know.
got to have a plan.
Yes. Yes, that's definitely where the plan comes in.
And I suggest all these different resolutions that people have. To me, that should be number one,
Mm,
because as we always hear, you cannot pour from an empty vessel.
right.
And when you have given and given and until you have no more, then what?
Hmm.
You just in a heap on the floor and they waiting on you to do something else.
They waiting on you to get up and come on and save them some more.
All that.
But you're not done down there yet.
I'm
I'm waiting.
laughing, but
I'm
that is
waiting on
not,
you.
oh my gosh, that is not, it's not funny and it ain't
It's
pretty.
not.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
And I can't think of a woman, not one that I know, that has not been through that.
Hmm.
They still waiting on you to get up and go
Hmm.
take care of me. But when you're going to take time to take care of yourself, your own mental health, your spiritual health, all that goes into the whole being, the whole person.
Right. Right. Yeah, because if you don't work on your mental health, your physical health fails.
Okay.
The
Tell them
way you
Tell
think,
them again. They didn't hear you. Say it again.
if you don't work on your mental health, your
Mm.
physical health fails. Your body will fail you because your mind is messed up.
It will manifest into something physical. And a lot of
Yes.
times people go, I got this terrible headache I can't get rid of. I got all this uh pain in my back. And as women, we normally carry our pain across the
Hmm.
shoulders, the back of the neck,
Hmm.
sides of the neck. You thinking you having migraine? Well, you may be having migraines, but that's not the root of the problem.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. And I have indeed experienced that myself.
I think we all have.
Having that headache and that tension in your shoulders and in your back because you're never relaxed.
Yep, you're always tensed.
Yeah,
But you
you're
got to get
never,
to the next thing and do this. And
yes.
this one is pulling on you, and that one is pulling on you. Somebody just need to shut up and sit down and mind their business and let me get myself in check.
But if you don't make that happen,
Right.
it'll never happen.
True.
You go out and take a walk every day to get away from what's happening at home, to forget about what happened at work. And I know, for us as parents, you get off work, you go home, you got to cook, you got to pick your kids up from school if you have children, but you have to incorporate them into your self-care. You have to make sure that they have their own self-care time while you're having your self-care time, and it can work. Like, I remember when I used to do all that dropping off and picking up and dropping off and picking up, I would take and drop off. And if I had to wait for that one to get out, I'm going to take a walk, or I'm going to sit and I'm going to read a book.
Mhm.
I'm going to work a puzzle. And then I was doing a lot of what do you call it? Sudoku.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of those. So that helped to relax my mind and take me out of the moment. You know what they say? When I learned that I could read a book and be anywhere in the world, hey, I
Yep.
was always gone without a passport.
There's nothing like it.
Nothing like it. And we don't read anymore.
No. A book and a cup of warm tea
Mm-hmm.
after a good bath and
Mm-hmm. That's self-care. What she just said is self-care. Not sitting in the bed watching TV.
no.
I don't even have the TV in my bedroom anymore.
Me
I
either.
stopped putting the TV in and I found that I get a better night's sleep.
I do. I sold mine. I
You
don't
sold your TV?
I sold the TV out of my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say, oh, well, I might want to watch so and so. No, it's got to go.
See, I get a better night's sleep because I'm not saying, oh, such and such is coming on. Let me see if I can watch it all the way through.
And
And then you find that you wake up and the TV's watching you, something totally different is on, but you didn't sleep well because you was trying to stay awake.
And not only that, while you trying to be asleep, you still your mind is still working and it's still hearing all this stuff, whether you heard it or not. So you still all over the place.
Yeah. And instead of doing that with the TV, if you can learn things by listening to them while you're going to sleep. If you want your mind to be working like that, learn something. Yep. Don't just watch something arbitrary on TV, that you say is what is entertainment.
Enter pain, retain you here. Reprogram. We don't want that. Need to a lot of those things need to. That's another thing I would put on my list if I was doing that. The social media. Limit your time, especially toward bedtime. Limit your time on your electronics. Because again, all that, what we call monkey chatter, where you can't sleep or you can't fall asleep. I don't have that problem because I can get up, go back and do that. But there have been times when I did, it would happen. You get your, I have a diffuser. I put my essential oil in there and start it up before I get ready for bed. So when I come in, my room is already, it has the lavender or the lemongrass or whatever I'm using.
That smell, that scent.
My.
Yes.
It's already there. So that helps to calm my spirit. And then when I another thing would be a deep breathing exercises. You'd be surprised how quickly you can fall asleep by just concentrating on breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. And it'll bring you down to another, and you can't hear all that other stuff that's going on because you're concentrating on your breathing.
Right.
And next thing you know, you done been asleep and it's time to wake up.
Right. And before you go into your breathing exercises, stretch before you go to bed.
Ooh. Okay, so now that's something I haven't done.
Stretch your body before you go to bed. Relax some of that tension that's in your body. Stretching and that stretching is not like, don't stretch like you exercising, right?
Okay.
Not a full-on stretch. Excuse me, not a full-on stretch like you're exercising. You
Mm-hmm.
just want to stretch the body out and get it ready to relax.
Well, I'm gonna have to try that myself. Well, like I said, I don't have a problem going to sleep. I have it fine tuned, but that's something that I can add to my. You can always learn something new and change up your
Mhm.
regimen. Just doing something different, but you're working toward the same goal.
Right.
Well, with that being said, do you have anything else you want to add about the?
I will say, so instead of making large
Mhm,
New Year's resolutions for yourself,
mhm.
work your self-care every day to bring more peace to yourself.
Hmm,
When you bring that peace to yourself, all those other things that you want to do will fall into place.
truly.
Losing weight will fall into place. Getting a new job will fall into place.
All those good things that you want for yourself.
Right. They'll
And
all fall into place.
that's the other thing too. If you have a plan of things that you want, you got to work your way toward that so that you are ready when it shows up. It's already out there.
Mhm.
When it shows up, then you ready just to slide into your spot.
Yes.
You don't have to get ready. Be ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yes, I totally agree.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have it. I want to do this again.
Definitely.
I enjoyed it. Oh my goodness. I hope our audience does too. Um, Man, people just don't realize instead of looking out there on the outside for uh comfort and healing, it starts here.
Yes.
You got to do it here first.
Yes.
So we're going to teach them some things,
Definitely.
share some stuff, and maybe some of them will share some things with us that they like to do.
Yes. I
And
hope that your audience will let you know if there's a topic that they want you to speak about.
mm-hmm.
And then, we can give them that information if we have it.
If not, we'll find something.
Right.
We
If
will.
even if we need to bring somebody else in to speak to you about it,
We can do that.
we can do that.
Yeah. Well, it's been awesome. And we're gonna have more candid conversations. Some of them will probably be some sticky ones, as long as the platform doesn't give us any it doesn't give us any issues.
Yes.
But we will
Yes.
do this again. Thank you so much for coming.
It's been great. And anytime,
I
anytime. I
appreciate
love
you.
it.
I appreciate it and I love you. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to you guys out there. And we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Bye.